Walking Blind is hosted by overly emotional dudes who overthink and overanalyze everything. Nothing the hosts say should be taken as medical advice or opinion. They're not professionals, and they're about to make that very clear. So just kick back and hang with them, because you've earned it. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Walking Blind podcast. This is episode 47. That's the episode that comes after 46. So check it out. We got to sit down with the boys from Brooklane. They are a pop punk band out of Fargo, North Dakota. And it was cool, man. We got to have some cool conversations about having a good management team, some future releases, and then we get to talk anxiety and just basically being on the road. Yeah. You know, it was a cool little session with the boys. Now, it was definitely interesting because we came into this knowing absolutely nothing about these guys, and they ended up being pretty cool dudes. Yeah. You know, and I'm sure they didn't want to hear a bunch of semi-retired old men rambling for an hour, but thank you guys so much for sitting down with us. Yeah. So check that out, and also check out their new cover, which just dropped today for Party in the USA. All their TikToks and
it sounds like they're very active on social media. So yeah.
Way more active than we are,
yes.
Which is not saying much, but still for them, it's saying a lot. Yeah. You know, because we don't post anything ever.
I know. We want to.
Do we?
I mean,
I feel like we want to, but we're just not good at it.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys check them out. Also with us, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe at Walking Blind Pod on everything. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.
But anyways, are we going? Are we live?
Yeah, we can jump in, man. We can jump in wherever. What's up, fellas?
What's going on, buddy?
I'm Mike also. So you got Mike, and it's gonna be really easy to remember.
Oh, that's easy. All right.
Super easy.
Cool. For our listeners, can you guys introduce yourselves and what you guys do in your band?
I'm Lucas. I play drums, and I'm Alex, vocals.
Sick.
Oh yeah. So we are, we'll go full introduction. We're talking to the boys in Brooklane, from Fargo, right?
Yep.
Sick. So we actually, so I don't know if you guys know anything about our show. We've had a chance to check out your band, jam some stuff. And I'm kind of curious if you guys know what you're getting into or not.
No, dude, we
okay. Sick. Okay. So basically what we do is we just sit down and check in with our homies that are touring, that are playing music. We kind of want to talk to you guys about your history as a band. I know you guys are pretty new as far as you guys started the band, I think right before the pandemic, right?
Right.
So kind of want to know now was this something that happened right before the pandemic, or was this a kind of a product of the pandemic? Oh shit, now we're just chilling at home, let's start writing some jams and start writing some music.
Yeah. So we started. We wrote a whole EP right before the pandemic started. We kind of, didn't really get it sent off yet to get mixed and mastered or anything, but we just kind of were writing songs. Mm-hmm. And then during the pandemic, right before the pandemic, actually, no, we were ready to go before the pandemic. We actually had a first show booked and everything. And then the pandemic hit, of course, and we didn't even get to play that show. So we basically took the whole time during the pandemic to write some more stuff and get everything mixed and mastered, sent out, and really push our content online. But I mean, we were kind of still trying to get our members together yet, right before the pandemic too. So.
And were you two the founding members of the band, or
no.
How did that work out?
Joined in about March of this year.
Okay.
So.
Yep, it was me and Damon and Chance, the guitarist and the bassist. We were all friends to begin with, and we've all been in different projects and stuff like that before this, but we really kind of wanted to focus in on pop punk, and because we were all in deathcore bands and stuff before all this.
Okay.
So we really, I mean, pop punk was always our like first love, but we all decided just to get through and like do something serious with it. And just, we couldn't find the right members and people that were committed enough to stick around. So we got this guy here. So everybody just clicks. We had to find the right people to kind of just.
I immediately felt like I was like, this is where I want to be. Like, just vibe with these dudes so well, and like just got along so well right off the bat. So
nice.
And were you guys friends beforehand, or was this just something that you guys kind of put together?
We knew of each other. Like, you know, in North Dakota, it's small. Everybody knows everybody, you know, a little bit. But he, like I said, he was like in a different project and stuff too. So like when we ended up having to look for a new drummer and stuff, I was just like, yo, I know who to go to. We'll see what he says. Hopefully, like praying to God that
like, just please
we got the only drummer left in the state, you know, to join this band. So luckily we hit him up, but he's like, hell yeah, I was hoping you were going to ask, man. I was like, yes.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
It's one of those things where like I'm always so like impressed when I hear about bands. Like, I mean, I don't know your area that well, but I imagine, like you said, the last drummer left that, you know, would be even understanding of what you guys want to do as a band, right? Like out here, I feel like it's so oversaturated, so it's like a good problem to have out here. It's like we know so many musicians, but at the same time, I don't know. It's like,
I think it's also kind of tough to find, like, you can find drummers wherever, right? But good drummers and like people that are actually good at what they do. That's the hard part. So.
Committed.
Yeah,
drummer.
Exactly. That's sick. So I kind of want to jump in. Like, what was so you guys said you guys played in deathcore bands or like other projects before this. Like, what was that? And I'm going to steal our boy Aaron's question from Growing Up Punk. So like, what was it that got you guys into pop punk or even like the death metal stuff,
like heavy music that led you?
Like, what brought you guys here essentially?
Was pop punk first before the heavy music, or
what's that?
Was your love for punk for pop punk, was that first?
First, yeah.
Cool.
Mine was, yeah.
I started on metal. Our manager Dave, actually, he was in a metal band when I was about 11 or 12 years old. I played hockey with his little brother. So we'd go watch their shows, you know. I was like 11 or 12-year-old, and like from that moment, I'm like, I want to play metal or just heavy music.
What was their band?
Oh man, Death by Shotgun.
Hell yeah,
it's brutal. No, growing up, I listened to a lot of like MXPX and Newfound Glory and, you know, Blink 182 and all that stuff. So I really got into that, you know, pop punk first. And then, you know, as like, I'm kind of the oldest one of the group. So like, it's like, as soon as the heavy stuff started coming out, it was like, I remember like listening to Zayo. I don't remember if you guys know who they are.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my God, this guy's vocals is the heaviest thing I've ever heard. And when I was little, I was like, dude, the heavier it got, like the more intrigued I was, you know? Yeah. So it's like, dude, I want to do this. Like, I want to scream, you know, like I want to do whatever. So I, you know, started like metal projects, you know, and we kind of did the deathcore thing, whatever. But then I just, as I got older and everything, and like, I just have more fun playing pop punk. Like, it's just like, to me, it's more fun because we can play like so many more shows, like, because people, it just, you can open up for different bands. Yeah. Like, they're, you know, I don't like the screaming like a lot of people, you know, but like if you're singing pop punk, like it goes with anything, you know, you can open up for pretty much any band. But no, it's a blast, man. We're having a good time doing it.
Right. So you, were you in any pop punk bands, or because my thing is your voice, like you sing. So how'd you go from heavy stuff to singing?
I loved pop punk from the get go, and like I don't know, man. I this whole project with Brooklane. So actually, before this, we had an easycore band. Before metal, it was called Buckle Up Amelia, and it was like, you know, easycore. So we had a little bit of pop punk with it, but I still wanted to do like strictly just like a pop punk band. It was so hard to find the members that wanted to do just strictly pop punk. Like, and being from North Dakota, it's hard to find because a lot of people here are metal. Like, there's so like it's a metal scene here. So it was really hard to find like the members to want to do it. But once, you know, we're just like, you know what, no, let's stick to it. Let's find members that actually want to do just, you know, pop punk. And it just kind of fell in our laps, man. Like, we had a few other people play with us for a while. But like I said, they had different things going on in their life, and they had to, dip. And this kind of sucks because, like I said, it's slim pickings out here for members. But once we got it unlocked, dude, all the members, everything clicked. It's been awesome.
Cool.
And what's that scene like out there? Like what is I mean, do you guys have a few set venues that you play at, or is it like a?
We have yet to play a show in our home state.
Yeah.
So.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah. we played everywhere but here pretty much.
It's like that sometimes though.
I mean, we'd like to. Like whenever we just have to find the right show, and whenever the right opening act, to be the right opening act for whatever, or even just
We had one we were gonna play, but it got canceled. So
we were supposed to play with
right.
Chief State. Yeah, it got canceled because they had van issues, and
Yeah.
so we didn't get to make that one.
When you guys toured through, did you play in Fargo?
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the venue though.
Okay.
I was trying
Was
to
it the big venue, or was it like
We've done both, because I remember we played a bigger venue, and I think that was with A Plea for Purging, I think, was that tour.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe it was Stray, or maybe Stray from the Path. I don't know.
That's probably the hub. That was probably the hub at that time.
I think that's what it was. I think it was the hub, and then we played a couple times. We played like a smaller. I want to say it was like connected to like a coffee shop, maybe. Am I crazy?
Area, the coffee shop, right? So that would be Red Raven.
Oh yeah, that was actually
I think so.
that was a really small venue.
Yeah.
though. It's like a basement.
Yeah. Yes.
It had a pillar right in front. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, and I'll always remember that place because, obviously, when we play, I want to give our full attention to performing, but that night was the night that it was I think it was X-Men Wolverine was coming out.
Okay.
I'm a huge Wolverine fan.
You'll
And,
always remember.
yeah, I just remember being like, all right.
And then just being really disappointed afterwards.
Yeah, and then being super bummed out. But yeah, so I remember that. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's cool, man. Like, yeah, hopefully you guys get to play, a home show soon. Wait, so what would you consider a home show for you guys right now? Or you guys just haven't played a home show yet?
Just Fargo,
Fargo.
like Fargo area.
We haven't even played in Minneapolis.
We-
We did one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did.
So that would be like your next. Like for us, I live in Riverside, and so for me to play a Riverside show, that'd be a home show for me. But
We'd play Chain.
we play Chain Reaction, which is Anaheim for us. So
Right, okay.
Anaheim is like
It's the closest to home now
Yeah.
since shows.
Yeah,
shut
so-
down.
We're about 3.5 hours away from Minneapolis,
Oh,
and we got to play a show there this last summer. So that's probably as close as we've been to a hometown.
Sick. So, since you guys started this band, and I've kind of strictly been running off of like Spotify and stuff, but it looks like you guys have cranked out like a good amount of songs and content so far. Has this just been like, hey, let's take advantage, buckle down, and get in the studio, or is it just, do you guys self-produce everything? Like, how does this work with you guys?
So we record like the album, the EP that we have, Roll with the Punches. We did all that in our apartment. Just tracked everything and then just sent it out to a guy in Pennsylvania to mix and master. His name's Jeff. He's really good work. So that's just we just wrote at home, cranked them out, and now that's pretty much how that album is. We just went down and wrote a new one that's going to be coming out soon.
Sick.
And we recorded with Andrew Wade down in his studio.
Sick.
So
Okay. And is this going to be a full length record or?
it's another 5-song EP.
Oh, sick. Okay.
But we got a feature and we're gonna get some more features on it. So it'll be
Really
fun.
excited about how it turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of features, you guys got Homeboy from Mayday Parade? Did I read that correctly?
Yeah, Jason Lancaster. Yeah.
How did that? Relax, Jesse.
Calm down, Jesse. How did that come about?
It was awesome. Basically that one, with the label that we were on, he just got signed over to the label that we were on. And so like right away, like I grew up, man, Mayday Parade, huge for me, dude. Like I was obsessed, Lancaster's like, oh. But anyway, like we talked to our A&R rep as soon as I heard him, we signed over there. I was like, dude, we gotta make this happen. Like somehow, I don't care how we do it. Like we gotta make this happen. Be sick. And so he just talked to him, I guess, and he just showed him the song, and he's like, yeah, dude, I'll throw down on this. And like we were kind of nervous because we're like, man, maybe he's just gonna like, it's just like a small band. Like I'm just gonna sing something quick on it, whatever. But dude, he like really went all out on that song, dude. Like we were like, wow, dude, when we got it back, he was like, he killed it, man. It was awesome. So,
yeah, that's it.
That's kind of how it worked. Yeah.
Yeah. Listening to that song and then some of the other songs on the record, like it seems like you guys have your sound and your style figured out. You know what I mean? Like, which is pretty impressive for a fairly young band. And I think that's kind of why we asked about like the, like the past history and like what you guys have done, prior to this, because, it doesn't.
Most bands don't sound like that out the gates.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like local band stuff. You know what I mean? So it sounds really good.
I think a lot of the first EP.
Yeah, and it was really hard because even during the time of writing that album, like as you guys can see, like how fast pop punk changes. It's like every like 5-6 months it changes to something else, different style. Like so, like that one there. I mean, it was kind of like it was at a standstill. It was like pop punk was at a standstill for a while. Like during the time we were writing that, where everybody was kind of doing like the shouting, and like the cool like weird riffs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it went trap, like emo trap, and it's like,
yeah, like what just happened?
Shit, now I have to figure out how to do this. Like, took me long enough to like figure out this, whatever. So, I mean, some of the songs that you're going to hear that are coming out on the new album, like we changed it up a bit, but we still kept like some of the same like raw stuff that we like, kind of like that older like Story So Far vibe and like Neck Deep, stuff like that. But we did add like a new twist to it. And then, we have some good things coming after that too. We're excited we're really going like a different direction, but still we want to keep that our sound, so
cool.
So then I gotta ask, because this episode does drop on Friday, this Friday, and then you guys have a cover coming out.
Yeah,
Friday,
Party in the
right?
USA.
Yeah. Yeah. So
20 years later. Yeah.
So is this stylistically? Is this gonna be like kind of like you guys' other stuff, or are you switching it up with this cover?
Yeah, we just kind of had fun with it, man. We were just like, let's like we changed up some of the lyrics in it, like to some of the modern day bands instead of like other stuff.
We've been pretty quiet for a while, so we figured we should put something out.
Yeah.
We're like, who doesn't love Party in the USA? I mean,
it's a party.
Let's go.
Yeah, and it's a smart move because you're putting out a cover that people are gonna know, but then you're doing it in your style. So.
It'll be a fun one to play live too, like just to throw it in the mix, just to get everybody amped up.
Yeah.
So,
dude, a good cover can save you in a tight spot, man. My band
and everybody knows a couple lyrics out of that song, So we're like, let's go, let's do it.
Yeah, we cover "Living on a Prayer," and
that'd be a good one.
That has turned some nights around for us. Like,
oh yeah,
it was kind of one of those things where like, we gotta do it. The crowd has turned on us, or the crowd doesn't give a fuck about us, and it's like, all right, let's play this one. And it usually wins them back. But
I always wanted to do that too. Like I'm telling these guys that like we should learn just like a deathcore cover, like a Lorna Shore cover or something. And like you put metal band, and everybody starts booing, and they're just like, all right, because we all have metal backgrounds, just switch immediately and just let them have it.
Dude, that would be fucking awesome.
Guess what?
We can do this shit too, guys.
Yeah.
Right. And then go back to the pop punk song when you're done. Right. Hell yeah. That'd be sick.
The funny thing about that is all those dudes are into, at one point we're probably into pop punk at some point.
Oh yeah. So, most of them are. Yeah. I just to find that dream crowd, that just hating on you, and then you just let's go.
In the brutal.
It's funny because I play in a hardcore band, right? But like the whole drive up, to shows, or like every time we're in the van, it's like the most random mix of like there's usually nothing heavy playing in the van.
Oh yeah,
it's like Selena, or it's like
the last thing I want to listen to.
Yeah, like some crazy like wild left field pop punk stuff. So it's
Damon was talking shit about my music this last tour. He said it sounded like robot music or something.
Damon did.
What's on that playlist? I'm curious now.
Oh God, just when you're in a band for that long, it's just like you run out of shit to play, so you just start playing like the random stuff that you like just in the back of your mind.
You'll definitely know
like,
when Lucas is driving, man, because you'll be like waking up to just like the heaviest shit you've ever listened to. Like, you know, like we'll have to have him fade the speakers to the front because laying in the back, dude, like they're just right in your ear the whole time, and just
then directly just a band of horses, all over the place.
That's so sick.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I know Mike has some producer questions that he has set aside for you guys. So
I did, yeah, man. So actually, so our podcast, the whole reason we started this was, like Mike was saying, we want to normalize like checking in on our friends kind of thing. So I think it's safe to say we call ourselves a mental health podcast. And so basically what we try to do is we call it a mental health check, and it's basically where we kind of take turns just sharing about our week. We try to keep it to the week because kind of want to keep it current. Like, where are you at mentally? And what are some things that if you feel like you're going well, you're going right, what's something that you're doing that is you feel is maybe helping that, or if you're not, what are you either neglecting to do, or what's going on in your life that you feel is making you feel out of step or whatever. So who wants to go first?
You, man.
I feel weird going first. I'm one of the hosts.
All right, go first. So so we just did and I'm sorry, like I don't even think that we told you guys really like what we do and who we are. So I play in a band called Torture Culture. Mike plays in a band called No Bragging Rights. And
I've heard that.
I used to love No Bragging Rights.
Dude, there you
go. We're still alive. We're still here.
Yeah. So
I remember I saw you guys play here one year at the aquarium.
Is that okay? Is that the underground place?
No, it's like the upper floor of it's above a bar.
Is it legitimately an aquarium?
No.
That would be sick though.
Yeah.
Actual water.
Dude, yeah, that'd be fucking hard.
It's like this place called like the plumber shop, and you go and it's like, oh, it really is the back of a plumbing store.
Yeah. So mental health check. I mean, I'm pretty much. Last week we did a run up through the Pacific Northwest. We were playing Portland. We played in Washington, Spokane, and Tacoma. And so coming back, it was just like there was so much that happened on the tour that it was such a short run that coming back, it was just like trying to get back into the groove of real life. Mm-hmm. And I think I finally got back in the groove of real life on like Saturday.
Nice.
So I'm chilling, man. Everything's been pretty good. We've just been trying to get everything back organized and in order. There's like a ton of merch bins and a bunch of random crap all in the garage that I'm trying to clean out. So yeah, I've been just like pretty focused on one task after another and trying to get everything done. So, but overall I feel pretty good. Starting to watch the diet again, kind of get back in shape because I felt a little too hefty on this run, like jumping up and down just didn't feel
I feel
right.
that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Dude.
Michael?
Yeah, we did the run and I was doing the absolute most. The most, just so that I wouldn't look old on stage, I guess, or I can at least finish the sets.
Can you take your hat off?
So I was doing. No, we're good. I bought like a weighted jump rope, and I was jump roping every day. Like every day, I was doing weighted jump rope. I have an elevation mask. I was doing an elevation mask. I had a weighted vest. I was doing the most, and I don't think anyone could tell. I wasn't like singing any better. I wasn't like jumping any higher. You know what I mean? It was just so that I could get through these fucking shows without looking old. That was like my whole yeah. But in doing so, all that stuff, I found that like for myself, like mentally, I was like in such a good place. I felt like because exercise is good for that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I was trying, like I'm like the worst advocate for keto, I think. I shouldn't even say that I do keto.
You shouldn't.
I shouldn't. But like I like to think that I try to. And so I don't know. I had no sugar. Cutting sugar from my life was nice while I was doing it because I felt like it gave me good focus on things, and I don't know. I feel like I was able to like think things through a lot. I don't know, a lot easier or clearer.
Did you eat sugar today? Is that why your
Yeah.
brain's not
Dude, no.
Is that why that thought didn't come out correctly?
I don't know, no sugar today. But anyway, so yeah, so I feel like I've just been playing catch up all week, and I barely started to get back into jump roping on Saturday, I think it was. And so I think today is like the first day where I felt like actually normal. So I feel like I feel pretty good today. But yeah, I don't know. Mentally, I've been good. I've been pretty good. Riding the high of was it last week?
It was last weekend. The weekend before last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I'm in a pretty decent place mentally, and I'm looking forward to hopefully keeping up the jump rope at least. I know the diet's not gonna be there, but yeah. So I don't know. That's me. Where are you guys at?
I mean, for me, really getting back from tour was just like getting back into like the daily life grind. It's just like I was sleeping so late. It's like I do not want to go to work. It's like took a long time to like get out of that. Like this was like our first big tour, and like I just kind of had to fight my way out of this like just lazy, this pit, you know.
I'm still there.
And, yeah, but I don't know. There's just been I have a really good job right now, and there's a lot of cool news that we've got down from our managers that we're hearing. So it's just like, you got to get through like this stuff, you know. Then you can be on the road again. You just gotta do your work, make it happen, then you can get back out there.
Yeah, like he said, man. I guess I can speak for maybe a couple of our members. Stress right now is at a all-time high, bro. Like I literally went. I quit my $125,000 job a year to go do this.
Brutal.
And focus on this. Like it's something I had to do, man, because it's like I've been doing music my whole life, and I've always been like held back by someone telling me I can't go do something like your job, like you can't leave this many days, you can't do whatever. But the pros and cons, man, it's just this is something I had to do because I don't want to regret it later and say that I didn't even give it a chance to give it my all and like get out there and see how far we can get. And like, I've never been able to do that before. So, I mean, now we're living that, and the bills are coming in, and it's like, we're at the point now where it's like, we have a lot of good things coming that are coming down the line. It's just
make or break.
We're at that part, you know, that point in the band right now where it's like really hard right now, but like we're just hanging on because we know like some things are coming.
There's a light at the end.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel, but at the same time, it's stressful because, you know, it's music biz, you know, so it's like it's never a for sure thing, you know. But for myself, like it helps the fact that, like, you know, whether or not something, you know, happened with this band, I can die saying I did it. You know, I gave it my all once. Like I did it. I went all for it. And if it didn't work out, then at least I wouldn't have to live with that regret of always what if, you know, like what if I would have done this? Yeah. And to me, that was worth more than any amount of money that I made. Even though I'm in a hard spot right now, it's like whatever, that just gives me more drive to get out there and like get the shit done, dude. Like, you know, I just, you know, there is no other option right now. Like we have to figure out how to get to where we want to be, you know?
Dude,
and I think that's kind of how we are all in the band right now. And that's really driving the band further, you know, is everybody's putting in their all. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. And I don't think for anyone listening to this casually, like who doesn't really, you know music, they don't realize like the sacrifice. Like it sounds easy enough for someone to be like, oh, I'm just gonna do music and I'm gonna put my all into it, but people don't understand what it truly means. Like you said, like you sacrificed a high paying job to do this, whereas there's no guarantee for what you're going towards, right? But I think, and what it sounds like, you guys are being all in on this, where like you're giving it a fair shot. And I feel like
Right.
at the worst case, you know, I don't know, like when I feel like if anyone goes all in on anything, I feel like you're gonna get to a point where you're gonna at least feel like a lot of pride in what you did, and you're gonna like, it won't be time wasted, regardless of what
Right.
the outcome is, you know, because you know, I feel like with my band, you know, we went all in and we toured like crazy and we did a lot of really cool stuff. And, you know, I wouldn't say that, like, you know, we were never like on TV. I didn't get to buy a house with what I did with music, but I still feel really proud of my time and when we were doing it, at least full, like the way we were full time. And like I guess I don't have a lot of things material wise to show for it, but I'm super happy and proud of like that time, and I don't feel like a lot of regret from it. Like, I'm grateful that we get to do music. Like, we stopped touring in 2015, and so like, and then only as of like the last couple months we've actually been active again somewhat. But had we not, even if we had not come back, I still feel like good, and like I don't have any regrets on the time we spent grinding and going for it, you know, as hard as we did. Like, I don't have any regrets in that, and I feel grateful now that I get to opportunity to do music again. But if I didn't get this chance, I feel like I'd truly be good, because I tried, you know, I did it. I can't make any excuses for anything, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, oh,
you know, like as a musician, like, because your goal, I mean, everybody's musician dream is the same, you know, like you want to get to that point, you know, where you're on that dream label you wanted, you know, with those like streams and everything and like whatever, you know, everybody wants the same thing, but like there's always that thing in the back of every musician's mind that's like, you know what, as long as I get to this point, you know, like I can die happy saying that, like, you know, I did it like as best as I could.
mm-hmm.
You know, we went all out and we got to the point where it's just like we're all happy with where we were at, you know, at least, you know, because there's so much work into like making these songs, bro, and like and grinding all the social medias and like all that stuff, dude. Like, I don't think people really understand like it's a lot more work than you would think it is, you know, like obviously, you know, I mean, like the practices, like everything, the sacrifices, having to like leave family,
mm-hmm.
you know, so, you know, have kids and stuff like that. Like, you don't get to see them on the road. You don't get to do whatever. You're sacrificing a lot of that time spent, you know, with them, everything. You know, everybody, I feel like a lot of musicians, they all share the same heart, man. And it just, you know, they really, I don't know.
I know.
Like, oh my God, I'm getting depressed talking about it.
We want the real emotion on this show.
No, but what's exciting, you know, I'm happy for you guys. It sounds like you guys have like a good team behind you, because that's a lot of it too. We
have a great management team. They are freaking awesome, and they're based out of LA.
Cool.
And man, if we wouldn't have them, honestly, we're all so ADD. It's not even funny. Like, we can never just focus on anything. So they crack us into shape, man. They're just like, we need you to do this, and that. Like, I mean, like, even this, like, everything. They set up all the podcasts for us. Like, we just had photos today, and she's like, oh, by the way, you got a podcast tonight. We're like, what? Okay, all right, let's go. So, like,
she picked out all of our outfits.
Yeah, we had to take pictures of all of our clothes, lay them out, and she's like hand selecting. We're gonna wear this with these pants and that without. Okay, I mean, and we needed it, man. We needed it.
That's it.
So
I love that candidness, man. Thank you, because like you know, I'm sure someone's gonna hear that and be like, oh, they didn't pick their own clothes, but at the same time, it's like, this is a product. Like, music, whatever.
Yep.
You can say what you want about it. Like, you are a product. You're selling something. Like, yourself, whatever it is, like you're putting out there, like what, and you're trying to represent, you know, like what it is. Like, there's I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's like,
there's just the management team. Like, if I could go back years ago when I was trying to do like music and stuff, it's like one biggest piece of advice I'd give every band is to find yourself a legitimate management company that gives a shit about you.
That's,
you know what I mean? Like that's hard as hell, but that would be one of the first things I would be shooting for, is finding a good manager And because
maybe it's just because ours are so amazing.
Ours, yeah, we were like this. We talk. I mean, there's been people that are like, dude, who's managing you? Like whatever, and then they're like hitting them up and sending them gift packages. Like, yo, like manage us. But our management is like really focused on just kind of our band right now. And they're great. Like it's insane. Like the coolest people ever, nicest people. I mean, like they had me down there last week in LA and like stayed at their house, and they'd take me out and go to restaurants and stuff, and like just throw me in front of other people, networking, and like they're on it, man. Like they always have something like 5-6 things a day planned, like that we want to get done like that. And like, I mean, when I went down there to go see them, as soon as I got off the airport, I didn't even get out of the airport. The door opens and she's like in her car. She's like, get back in there, and come back out. Cause she's already taken. As soon as I got out of the airport, so we could do these like, Party in the USA things for TikTok. And then as soon as I got in the car, we drove straight to Hollywood Hill and got out and did like 6 or 7 TikToks out there. And then she put me in another street. Like, and I'm out there like a grown ass man with Party in the USA dancing around in the middle of the street, like whatever. Yeah. She's like, do it again. Like, I mean, it's all day, man. They're on it. It doesn't matter. They have everything laid out for us. Like if we need anything from them, within an hour's time, it's done. Yeah. Like it doesn't matter what it is. It's nuts.
I can't imagine where we'd be.
No, we wouldn't.
Yeah, that's
they're so awesome.
So I have a question. How old are you guys? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 27.
Okay.
And I just turned 20.
Nice.
No, I'm just obviously not. Yeah. No, I just turned 36.
Okay. Cool. So then it's fair to say that you're kind of in our realm as well, where TikTok not really that important for us, you know what I mean? But having that management team that's in touch with like what's going on right now is huge, right? Like if we'd probably be a lot more successful if somebody was like, "Hey, do this on TikTok."
Yeah, we consistent with TikTok.
I'm old. I don't know.
TikTok is everything.
Yeah.
Right now, TikTok, like that's what she's always like. You guys need to at least be posting 2 to 3 times a day. Like you need to have everything laid out. Like think of everything. She'll send us ideas of TikToks to do, like everything. Like we have to be posting every single day on TikTok, on social media, on your YouTube Shorts, on Instagram. The Reels, everything. Like so,
we're on a schedule now. Everyone has 2 days a week. And
yeah,
take Saturdays off.
Yeah. So like that's it seems to be that is the most important thing out of anything as a band right now.
TikTok.
Anything is TikTok, social medias, like. Get them up on Reels, YouTube Shorts, everything. Like,
yeah,
that will make or break a band.
Yeah, and that just having somebody that kind of keeps you guys in line and holds you guys accountable for those type of things is huge because,
right?
Kind of like I said, like if it was up to me, like I would be like, fucking TikTok.
Whatever, it's tough. It's tough, man. I love TikTok. I love going through it, but creating that shit, man, it's just like because. The way I described it to these guys too is like some of them are pretty good, like they're good. But like I was like, man, when I do a TikTok, it's like I feel like I'm standing in front of like thousands of people, and then I tell a joke and nobody laughs, and you're forced to stay there.
Yeah.
And then you start getting down on yourself. God, man, maybe I suck. I just suck as a human.
Oh, dude.
It just
But that's rad that you have that help, and it sounds like. I don't know how to word this correctly, but like a lot of times you find like management that you always have to wait. You have to wait on, and as an artist, that sucks because you're like, I have this creativeness going, like, and then now I feel stifled because I have to wait, whatever. But it sounds like it's opposite. It sounds like for you guys, they're the ones kind of like pushing you guys, which is sounds rad. Like I think, like you said, if you have an idea or if you guys say something, they're already on it and they respond quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's
anything you need.
That's
who's. I mean, you don't have to throw out specific names, but what are you guys under as far as management?
Sorry, what was that?
Like you don't have to say out like specific names, but
our management group is Cold Coffee Entertainment.
Okay. Oh, duh, I saw that.
I was gonna let you work that out on your own, but yeah, they were the ones that were emailing us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
And then, so now, did the management come first, or did you guys sign with We Are Triumphant first, or how did that happen?
They're 2 different entities. So we signed with We Are Triumphant first, and then what was it? God, I don't know how long. It was about a year after. Right when we got you. Yeah. when we got you, he knew Dave, so he was like, yo, like I showed Dave like your guys' stuff, and he was like thinking about actually wanting to take you under like management. They wanted to manage your guys' band. So like, what? So we called him up, and like we've listened. I was just well, yeah, I mean, like we've listened to other managers before. And we're just like, okay, let's hear it.
Yeah.
Like what does he want? How much? Or whatever. And so he was just talking. He's like, man, he's like, I love your guys' stuff. Like, and as soon as he like started talking, it was just like instantly we're all just like looking at each other like, this can't be for real. Like this guy, like.
What's the catch?
We need it. We need someone. Let's just give him a shot. And it was the best decision we ever made. It hands down. Like that's the awesome. Coolest. Honestly, when I'm saying that, I'm not even just saying that just because they are the coolest people ever. Much love. They're awesome,
dude. That again, people don't realize again what a good team will do for you. Like, I feel like our biggest problem when we were doing it, like our team was awesome. Only thing we wanted to do was be on the road.
Yeah,
we probably should ask for more things, but we just wanted to be on the road. We constantly wanted to play, and our team was really good at that. We stayed on the road.
I will say, like, it's cool to see you guys excited about your management because so many other people are like, fucking management. You know what I mean? And I did solo stuff after the last band I played in, and the management that I would work with was like, they would ask for me to do some of the most bullshit things, and I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, what? I don't understand. Like, this has nothing to do with me.
How does this help?
Yeah.
It's cool because they understand it too. Like, Dave used to work for Hopeless Records. Okay. So, like, he knows a lot of the business side aspect of it and everything too. So, but they're both married. It's him and his wife.
Okay.
And cool. They both, have networked in California the whole time they've been there. And I mean, it was, they know all like the coolest people. Like, it's just been great. Like when I went down to LA, we got guest listed at the Point North show and met a bunch of people there that were big faces in the industry. And then just like, they all run up to them like, oh, Dave, suck, how you doing? Give them hugs and stuff. Like they're well liked by everybody because they're such good people.
Yeah.
That's huge.
They're go-getters.
Yeah. That's sick. That's usually, it's such an integral part of, like what you're trying to do. Like, make this band a living. Having somebody that like has your back like that is fucking huge. That's sick. And then as far as you guys' label goes, like, what's that experience been like as far as signing with Weird Triumphant? And
how they find you guys, or how'd you guys find them?
When we started with the label, it was good. We started with our AR rep Nico, who took us under, and they really. At that time, it was kind of newer when the Sony Orchard thing came out, and they kind of had ties with them. So they really got our stuff pitched to some really good playlists. Actually, we landed some really good ones, and they actually stayed on there for a long time. It was like the pop punk playlist. I can't remember the Pop Punk's Not Dead. I think that was one of them. We were on actually the banner for one of them for like a couple months.
Nice.
Like page, whatever. But they got us on some good playlists and stuff. So it's been good.
And is the next record coming out with them, or are you guys doing it?
No.
Okay. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. We get it.
We got it.
Say a whole lot. Can't really say a whole lot right now, but
yeah, that's fair.
We got you.
But you'll see. Yeah, soon.
Oh yeah.
So I had just a couple things I wanted to get into. So. Obviously, being a mental health podcast, one of the songs that stood out to me was Anxiety. And I wanted a couple things, I wanted to know just one, like, if you don't mind personally, what is anxiety? Like, what does that look like? And what does that feel like for you?
Oh, okay. So that song, I actually wrote that. I've battled with anxiety my whole life, bad anxiety. Depression, anxiety, alphabet soup, pretty much, the doctor called it. Yeah. So, I mean, panic attacks, mind racing all the time, man. Like, it just, I really struggled with all of that. I don't know, man. I mean, like, I was at the point where, like, I'd be outside, like, hyperventilating in my underwear, bro, because I couldn't, even contain my panic attacks and stuff. So that's why I wrote that song about like battling with like anxiety and panic attacks and stuff, about how it's just like you're in your head, man. It's like a war in your head all day long. And like you feel like sometimes like when you try to, you know, tell people, like for me, like when I have like anxiety helps for when I just talk to somebody or talk to my buddy or whatever. Like I always need that constant reassurance, which is in the song. You know, like just hear, you know, you're gonna have to hear it one more time. You know, you gotta just give me that reassurance, you know, because it's just constant anxiety all the time. And like, I don't know, it just, I kind of wanted to put it out there, not really realizing, like, I knew people had anxiety, but like the feedback we got back from that song, like from so many people were like, dude, this song literally saved my life. Like, and like, I was going through all these same things too, but I just like, didn't really know that I could relate to somebody like that with anxiety. I was like, I just figured everybody had anxiety, you know, like whatever. But I mean, everybody has like different levels of it and different things that happen in their life that give it to them, you know. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what I just wrote that song about, and found out there's a lot of people dealing with it, and it's good. It feels good to like know that we're like, you know, can relate to people and help them out. Like it was just like hearing some of the messages and like just it was like a song to me that I was struggling, but like at the same time, like god damn, like hearing these stories, it's like, man, I was so bad, I was about ready to end it. Listen to this song, and he was like, I knew there was more people out there battling with it, like just like me, and that, you know, I can go get help for it, and you know, to be able to talk about it with you know, talk about it to people. But
that's cool, yeah, man. Yeah, like you know, music and I feel like it's such a good way to, you know, a lot of people don't have ways to voice what they're feeling, and so when they like hear it in music and they see it, like one of the things that I don't have really in front of me, but it's like you said something about intrusive thoughts, and like it seems simple enough, but like for someone who, you know, maybe listening or someone who reads the song, when they see that, like for them they're probably like, shit, yeah, that's what I feel, that's what it is. Or like or even just how you describe, you end it with saying like, you know, it's like a war in my head, and it's like that's what it is for a lot of people, whether they know how to voice that or not, or like it is like, it's like validating, and it's a lot of things to hear it, like, you know, someone else sharing what they feel, you know, like that's really cool. That's cool that you did
with
that.
my anxiety too. Like that's the thing too. Like if I could find out that somebody else was like, a lot of my thing was like health anxiety, dude. I literally thought I was dying of everything, or like whatever, you know, like. And when I would hear somebody be like, yo, dude, I get that same feel, like it was like immediately like relieved. I was like, oh my God, somebody else, this isn't just a freak thing that's happening to me, you know, like I'm going to be okay because you felt that, you know, like anxiety is weird, you know, like with me, that's how I am with mine. Like if I talk to somebody and they say they're going through the same thing, it like immediately like drops my anxiety level down. Like I don't have like a panic attack or anything. I'm like, okay, this guy's going through it. Like it gives me relief. Like is that weird to say? Is that like,
no? Well, you know what? I think what's
I'm
cool,
glad you're going through it so that I don't have to worry as much. You know, like yeah, right.
But I wonder if some of that has to do with also like, I think there's like a inherent nature in us to be like, you know, you're like, you're going through anxiety. If it's almost like it takes the attention off yourself, and you're like, oh well, I want to be there for you now, or I want to.
Right.
I know what you're feeling. I want to be here for you. So it's like, I think again, I think it's so awesome to be open and talk about this stuff, because, you know, like you really do help each other, you know, like, it's funny, like, you know, even with like him and I, it's like, oh, there's two messed up dudes, like sharing with each other, or like two like broken dudes who are like venting to each other or trying to like build each other up. And it's like, but it, you know, it really does help, you know, being able to feel like someone hears you, or is okay with like your whatever crazy thoughts you're having at that moment and what it is like.
Yeah. I think when you get anxiety, you know, it gets to the point of a panic attack too. It just, you think you're like, literally you're the only one feeling this way right now. You know, like everything, your body's focused on itself, every movement, you know, gets you worked up more and more, you know? So like, if you have somebody else at the same time, like someone to talk to that goes through that too as well, it's just like, it, like you said, it like kind of takes that attention off, you know, and you're like, okay, like you're having anxiety, you have anxiety too, you know how it's like, so I'm going to calm down a little bit, because I can see like that, you know, everything, my reaction is normal. Like this is like, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to like whatever, like when you get to that point, like it's so weird, dude. Like it's the worst thing ever, bro. Because like, there's been times like I was like, this is it, man. This is how I'm dying right here. I'm dying right now. Like, this is it. Like, I'm having a heart attack right now. Like, I'm having like the longest time I thought I was gonna have a stroke for no reason. Be like checking in the mirror to see if my freaking eyes look straight.
So are you a WebMD guy? Are you like, something's gonna?
So what? Yeah, immediately to Google, which is the worst thing you could ever do.
The worst.
Like, everything and like, and so like I think what really got me kicked off is like when I was like younger, my mom used to sit and we would watch those like surgery shows and shit.
Yeah.
And I'd just sit there like, ooh, flesh-eating bacteria disease. Yep, there it is. I got it right. And then later, fucking panic attack, whatever. But a lot of it wasn't even just brought on by that. It was just it became so bad to where like things outside, like mentally, would bring on anxiety to me. Like not just that, and it was more so the stuff like life stuff that would bring on the anxiety, and then the panic attack would kick in, which was the health anxiety after that. So it's like I couldn't win, bro. It was really bad at a point. I was on so many different medications and stuff, and I literally went on Lexapro for like 5 months, and it literally changed my life, and to the point where I'm not even on it anymore, and I don't even really have anxiety anymore, honestly.
Nice.
That's interesting.
Like it's crazy. Like just because maybe I just got to the age too. I think a lot of it is just kind of when you start getting older too, and like life starts to kind of pan out a little bit more, and like it's not I don't know. It kind of just went away a little bit. Like I know how to deal with it now. I know that it's okay to talk to people about it. Like I know that like, I got to the point where it's just like with my health stuff, I was just like, you know what? If I die, I die. Like honestly, like what are you gonna do to stop it anyway? If like something like that happens, man, if it's your time to go, it's your time to go. But like just little things like that I had to like tell myself and like talk to people, like even the doctors, like, well, what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna, if you're out on the highway and you're scared of this happening, what are you gonna do to stop it anyway? Like whatever. But I have a weird anxiety like that, so it's like I don't know.
It's interesting that
it's better now. It's a little bit better now, but I do understand it full-heartedly. Like whatever anybody's going through anxiety wise, it is not fun, and it's real, dude. Like it affects like every ounce of your being.
I used to have to. For me, a good way to get myself back was I would take a bite out of a lemon, and that was helpful at first. And then
take a bite of lemon, huh?
Yeah, because it kind of shocks your senses. Like you're supposed to bite it and then focus on how awful it is in your mouth. Like eating it like an apple. Like eat it like an apple, basically. But I got to the point where my anxiety was getting so bad that I was basically eating full ass lemons. So I was like, I need to do something else.
Swallowing a bag of lemons like pills.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta do something else. But okay, so and this for both you guys. So what I'd like for this show to become more as we talk to more artists and stuff is, all people see a lot of times is like a lot of the good stuff, right? We post a lot of the fun stuff. We post, hey, we're in town, come check us out. They don't get to see, whatever, the other
road,
the other 23 hours of the day, that we're living our lives. So what is and I don't know if maybe I'd imagine you've hit some of this at whether there's this tour or previously, but like on the road, what do you do when you get anxiety on the road? Like what are your go-tos? Or
that one was easier, like with these guys. Like I mean, like there's been times like now I say I'm over it, but like if I'm out by myself on the road and stuff like that, there's been times where just like holy, like I know it's coming, and I have to try to distract myself by like doing my little rituals of telling myself I'm okay, and listening to music, or like not allowing myself to get into the panic state, even though sometimes you can't help it, it happens anyway. And I just realized that it's okay to do that, and everything that I'm feeling right now is normal, because it is like you have to just deal with it like people with anxiety, but with these guys it makes it easier, because when you have someone, it's just people, man, like when you're surrounded by good people who understand you and know what you're going through, and like it makes it so much easier to like deal with and cope with it. because like they take your mind off of it. Like we're both a bunch of goofballs in the van, so there's always something going on. Someone's telling jokes or like laughing or whatever. It helps because it takes you out of that dark moment. It's just like you almost get sick of it. You're like, why am I sitting here? I'm supposed to enjoy this shit. Like I'm going to force myself to get into their state, and like have fun. And that's the way you're supposed to live life, but,
that's really cool, man. I like that you have that support within your own band, because it's not always like that. It's not some bands, not that it's bad, but I just think there's a lot of times when some bands maybe aren't as close, or they're just kind of in their own worlds, which I know can happen. Especially when you've been on the road for a long time, you kind of want to be alone at some points where you're like,
yeah,
let me have some space. But that's cool. I like that you have that with your dudes.
Yeah, man. Like even when we're out of the van, like whenever we stop somewhere in a city, we all go out and walk around the city together and go do stuff, go eat together. Do all that shit.
I just felt so welcome right away. Like driving across the country with these guys, like I could have kept driving forever. Like we were just having so much fun. I never got sick of anybody. It's just like we're always talking, always joking, like never got sick of each other really at any point. So
good. That's huge.
I do have a question about being on the road too. So what's the rig? Are you guys driving a conversion van? Are you guys driving a 15 passenger?
2004 Regency GMC. Yeah. It's got like the back seat, it's like a motorized seat, goes down into a queen size bed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That was the best thing ever. And it's got 4 captain's chairs in front? Yeah. So 4 captain chairs with lots of, you can lay those all the way back with your legs all the way out. We're taller dudes, man. Like, what, how tall are you? Like 6'1"?
Oh, shit. Okay.
Freaking 6 foot. And we weren't even like touching our feet on anything. So we'd sprawl out. It's got the nice curtains that come down. And we just pull a trailer behind, a little trailer that we have.
Nice.
But
yeah, because we
we wanted to do the bed. The bed thing was the big selling point. What we were originally looking for is just one of those Ford Econolines where we were going to take the back seat out and build bunk beds in the van and then shove all of our gear underneath it so we didn't have to haul a trailer, which sucks in New York and stuff, as you can tell. Being from North Dakota, small town boys trying to pull a trailer through New York and LA. That was a experience. That was fun. We did good, but there was some pretty close calls.
You get really good at parallel parking though. So.
Oh yeah, that's that's the thing too. We have that small trailer, so it's even harder to back it up when they're small like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my most anxiety-ridden moments ever was having to drive through Manhattan on a Saturday night. The van trailer.
Yeah, that's
terrible.
I was like, I'm gonna sideswipe someone. I'm going to hit a biker or a pedestrian walking. Like, it's just going to happen. I'm just going to have to deal with it.
You just pick a lane and stay in it. You don't go anywhere.
Manhattan's not bad if you don't want to get into it. If you would just stay in a lane, everybody's going 5 miles an hour. It's perfect. But trying to get over to your turning lane, that ain't happening for an hour and a half, at least.
I was so stressed out. I remember telling the guys, guys, I need you guys to shut up.
Like, everybody be quiet.
Just be quiet.
What what is that? Why is it when we need to really focus, you turn the radio off and then you turn everything's got to be dead silent?
You guys would hate riding with us on tour because being from North Dakota, we're way too nice in a vehicle. We're just like, yeah, go ahead. So we never get into we never just go, everybody just kind of goes into their lane. Just, I don't care. I'm going to cut in front of this. Not us. We're just like, oh, go ahead. No, you're good. So we never get a turn.
Stuck there for a half hour.
I was literally telling our sound tech, he's from Florida, and holy smokes, he's a fiery one, when it comes to driving. But I was telling him we never even use our horns. I've never used my horn in North Dakota at all. We don't honk at each other up here. That's so offensive to a North Dakota. Ruins your days. I can't believe the guy just honked. What did I do wrong?
Wow.
All day long. So, you could be sitting at a green light for 10 seconds and everybody just sits and waits. They're like, no, he's probably having a hard time.
He's going to go soon.
He's going to think he'll work it out.
Down there, everybody, it just turns green. Just then everybody races to the next red light. Yeah. It's like, what?
Yeah, you're honking before it even turns green.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, why isn't
Exactly.
coasting it?
Dang, that's
Yeah, it's a different world up here, man. I swear to God. That driving stuff, that like I said, trying to switch lanes is like our biggest downfall because we're always letting everybody else go ahead.
Dude,
Yeah.
I remember one of our first times in Canada, and I was in the back, but our guitarist was just dying laughing. Him and our drummer up front just dying laughing, and so of course we're like, "What's going on? What's going on?" I was like, "Dude, watch." Put on his blinker, and then cars would just move out of the way, so we could
Nice.
so we can like go over, and we were like, "Oh my gosh, it's incredible!" Being from out here, I mean, that's just like not.
Yeah.
It's not a thing.
Oh, yeah.
LA, you
Yeah,
turn
they don't
on
care.
your blinker and they speed
You
up.
know, like just
Yeah.
5 feet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I mean, then we had when Cole would drive. I mean, that was our alarm clock in the morning. We knew we hit Atlanta.
Yeah, I woke up.
When Cole was driving because we were sleeping, and all of a sudden, God damn it! Yelling at the cars. We all like left the mattress, dude, like sitting up, and he's over there screaming.
I didn't even have to open my eyes. I knew we were in.
Oh yeah, and then we all just busted out laughing because he's like the nicest dude ever, but when he drives, it just turns into a demon, dude. It's so funny.
Psycho.
It's so funny.
And this is your sound tech?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our sound tech that was driving for us too. Like I mean, he even pitched in the drive to like 8 hours. Awesome, dude.
So much.
So how many dudes do you guys actually tour with?
Just in our band?
Yeah, well, like your band plus, do you bring like a merch guy out? Do you bring a sound guy out?
No, we did all. So we actually just brought Cole. He did our sound and our merch guy and our driver. We didn't even expect him to drive, but he's like, "Yo, I'll jump in on this, man. I'll drive 8 hours. I don't care." Like,
He's kind of our Swiss Army knife.
Yeah,
Okay.
really did.
What a G.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
killed it.
jack of all trades. That's the best dude to have on the road with you.
Wait, how'd you guys find him? He says he's from Florida.
Okay, so yeah, when we went down to record with Andrew Wade, Cole used to be his intern, and so he lived next. They have an apartment. He has an apartment right next to the studio that's connected.
Mm-hmm.
So he lives in that little studio thing. And so when we were recording, we actually, long story, but we met him. We ended up meeting him before we even knew he lived at Wade's, down at a bar in downtown Orlando. Just met up with them and like, "Yo, I live there." Like, "No shit, we're gonna be recording there tomorrow." So, yeah.
Cool.
So the first day we got in the studio, then Cole would come in and just kind of listen to the tracks and listen to how everything was going and just hang out with us. He was a homie, man. And we went out and drank every night we were down there with them and got to be really good friends. He's like, "Yo, dude, I'm coming with you guys." Like, "Hell yeah, you are. That'd be sick as hell."
Dude, that rules.
That's so sick.
Yeah. We've just had great people fall in our laps in this band. It's been nuts.
Yeah, Cole's a G.
It's like what person just like up and quits their job and like doesn't quit, but just like, "Yeah, I'm taking all this time off to come on the road."
3 weeks, basically not get paid.
3 weeks, I'll come out just to be with you guys and help you guys out. Like, where the hell do you find that?
Dude.
You know?
Yeah. That's tight.
That is, yeah. That's not a very common thing, man. Or just even have someone you like. just to have someone you like to bring out, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like we're pretty blessed in that sense. We always had some pretty cool dudes, but that's cool. Especially someone who knows your music well enough that he was there when you guys were recording.
Yeah. You got to hear the whole track. He was there through it all, man. Just kind of sitting down, listening, and throwing some ideas.
So you guys have, so once again, this drops Friday, or so when everybody's hearing this is today. You guys have the Party in the USA cover coming out. You guys that's streaming everywhere, right? Spotify, Apple Music.
Yep.
Cool. And then of course follow the TikTok page. Now, as far as the new record goes, do you guys have a release date for this yet, or?
We do not yet.
Okay.
And we're not really sure how about we're going to release it yet.
Right.
But we will definitely.
Is it done?
Is it any
It's
guesstimations?
What's that?
Any guesstimations? Like, is it next year? Is it next?
It depends on a lot of things.
It depends on a few factors, yeah. But hopefully we can give you guys some information soon.
It's done. It's ready. Kind of sitting on it for the time being.
We've been there. We know.
Yeah, man. We had, dude. So for No Bragging Rights, when we came back, we released with Pure Noise, and which is cool. And we had finished our our EP in like, it was like everything was done in like February, like early February. And so we were like, we submitted it. We're all excited. And they're like, all right, cool. So we're going to release this in December. We were like,
Yeah.
what? We're like,
Wait,
what?
I would hope we would see something by February, but I won't. Don't mark my words on that. That's a guesstimate that I'm saying. So I don't. We'll see. We'll see.
In all fairness to Pure Noise, I don't want to make it sound like I'm ungrateful or shitting on it, but in all fairness, I mean, this was a year ago, so there was a lot of albums, EPs that were backlogged, that were waiting to get released, and so
and not to mention that you guys' record wasn't like it wasn't like on the roster by any means. It was like, oh, hey, we did this. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go.
We kind of just started writing, and then out of just common courtesy, we're good friends with the label owner, and so just out of respect, I was like, hey man, we're gonna write an EP and we're gonna just release it ourselves. So I just want to let you know, like, because we weren't expecting, because I think our deal was like record, and then they had the option to release the next one. And so we just didn't think they'd want to, because like we're not a full-time band anymore. We're not
right.
Just felt like we had a little more to say and whatnot. But they were cool, and they were like, no, we'll put it out. We want to be a part of what you guys do, and so that was cool. We just weren't ready for the whole like, yeah, we're gonna release it.
Just hurry up
in like 10 months from now. We're like, all right, cool. But.
So and are you guys playing for, like the new songs already live, or is this something you guys are holding off until?
So we're gonna play a couple of them. We had a couple of them off the EP. I think we're just starting to practice now because we have a little run coming up that we're gonna be doing. So
the plan was to start tomorrow.
Yeah, we are gonna practice tomorrow. We're gonna get started on those two
and where's that?
Get tight again and.
Is your song Breakaway? Is that part of the new stuff, or is that kind of considered?
That's actually we already have that in the set. Like that one was like we kind of just released that as a single, and so that one we play in our set. We've been playing that the whole US tour that we did, so that'll be in there.
And where is this next run happening? Do you guys have dates already?
Oh God, I'm so bad with dates.
It starts at the 18th.
Yeah, it starts like the 18th of November and like it's over the 21st.
Okay.
Yeah, 21st, and then after that, we're in the talks of there's another tour coming up, a 17-day run, which will be in January, and it'll be like West Coast. So we're gonna do like 5 different places in California, and then kind of goes over the Midwest. I think that was like something to do with Adobe Radios, doing something like that.
Yeah,
like something. Putting on that, I'm the worst. They tell us all the things that we need to know.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like,
yeah,
sure. What? Yeah.
Just tell me when I need to be where.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me know when to show up.
Like if we wouldn't have had for the last US tour, if we wouldn't have those lanyards made with all the dates on them in the towns, I'm just like, where are we again? Like I'd wear it on stage so I could be like, yo.
Yeah.
Anaheim,
how
what's
many
up?
Times,
Like,
Yeah.
How many times that person asked me, where are you going after this? Where are you going this week? Every time, even if it was tomorrow, I'd have to look at the land. It's like
There's really
that's how you know you're in full tour mode. Is you're like
Ontario.
Dude, you do not want to mess up places.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Dude,
That was the best, dude. Bonnie from Stan Atlantic. That was so funny. They had that video where she called. I don't remember where they were. Was it California?
No, I don't know where it was.
I can't remember what
she said. The wrong city.
Said the wrong city, and dude, the whole place she was. It just showed a video of her laying on the stage, and the whole crowd was just shame.
Wait, who is this?
Stan Atlantic.
Bonnie from Stan Atlantic.
Okay.
They're so good.
Yeah, I messed up. Not just the city. I messed up the freaking country.
The country.
I was off by a country.
On the UK tour?
Yeah. Or Europe. Yeah. We were in I think we were in like Lyon, France.
You're like, what's up, Germany?
And I said, it said something. I said, some Corazon, Italy, or I said something Italy, and then you just hear like a grumbling in the crowd, and all of a sudden you hear like that whistle, the whistling of like, I don't know. I just know it's not good for soccer. Yeah. And I was starting to hear it. I was like, oh shit. Anyways, next song's
Yeah. You ever heard boo with an accent? 'Cause that's what
Sorry.
happened.
I could just feel the people just like not stoked. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that sucks.
So yeah, that's smart. Keep the liner up there, dude. I'd even sometimes write it on the set, dude. I used to do that shit. I used to write.
I feel like the
rap.
more you focus on that too, like of not screwing up the name of the state or wherever you're at, it's like you end up doing it anyway because then you're so focused on messing up, you mess up.
Yeah.
My thing was I would have, like I said, I'd put a little note on like the set list, or if I had my phone, I'd have my phone out and I'd have it there. So when I go and get water, like before I was gonna introduce the next song, I'd go and I'd be like,
Yep, there you go. Yep.
little. I mean,
Well, shit. Do you have more producer questions for these boys? Or?
no, I think that was.
So, dude, when you guys come down to California, when you guys are on the Southern California run, so we actually, the reason I asked about your van and your rig is we actually bought a 2000, a little bit older than you guys, 2000 Dodge Ram van. It's got the captain's chairs and everything like that. And the goal is that we actually want to take this podcast mobile and kind of meet up with the homies and, you know, like catch them while they're on tour and do like an in-person little interview. So if you guys are down, man, we'll get you in we call it the Fields on Wheels.
We're down.
Yeah, so we'll definitely let us know when you guys are in town, man.
Get a couple pizzas, get up in there.
Yeah, dude.
Man.
Whiskies.
Oh yeah. In the van.
In the van with the air conditioner how does your air conditioner work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
so-
ours does now.
Yeah.
Ours ended up being like a $30 problem. That was it.
Nice.
But we didn't know because we're not mechanics. So it's like,
Yeah.
We went through a good week of driving with the windows down.
Oh, that's rough. So, well, shit. You guys have anything you want to plug? You guys want to plug the social medias, anything like that?
yeah, man, just check us out on all of on our TikTok, our Instagram, pretty much anything social media related. Just come check us out. And like I said, that new album drop, you know, just be on the lookout on our page, man. We're going to be dropping the dates and releasing the songs soon. So, yeah.
A lot of stuff coming very
coming.
soon, yeah.
Hell yeah. And check out Party in the USA right now.
Party in the USA,
Out,
baby.
out today.
Out today. Dude, well, thank you guys so much for sitting down with us, man. It was a pleasure meeting you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys.
And we will we'll definitely check in with you guys and see you guys soon. Hopefully we can fucking link up when you guys come into town. That'd be rad.
Let us know, man. We'll be there.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
All right, boys.
Have a good night, boys.
We appreciate it.
All right.
We see you guys soon.
Stay warm.
Later.
Yeah. Later.
No way to handle my aggression.